Shana Tova and Shabbat Shalom. It is good to see so many smiling faces here tonight. Thank you for taking the time to be here and listen to my 15-minute to 2-hour speech. It should come as no surprise that tonight I have a goal of raising money for our congregation. But first, I want to discuss the reason I want to raise money. I want you to be happy. Yes, there is an old saying that another person cannot make you happy, but being a man of science, what I can do is show you some of the tools that science has discovered that can contribute to your happiness. First, let's set the stage. This past spring, the World Happiness Report came out and shows that for 2 decades, happiness has been decreasing in the United States. In fact, this year we dropped from the 15th to the 23rd happiest country. The main drivers of this decline are the loss of a sense of community and loneliness. Americans ranked 25th out of 146 countries who said that they could rely on someone in times of trouble. Over the last few years, has your friend group gotten larger or smaller? Are you feeling more connected to others or more connected to your electronic device? A study from 1998 shows that technology use increases depression and loneliness and decreases the size of our social circles. Our use of technology has only increased since 1998. I've described the problem, but it is all not doom and gloom. Before I discuss the solution, I should probably define happiness. Happiness is not pleasure. Pleasure is a nice feeling that I get when sitting on the beach or eating a nice piece of chocolate. It is superficial and escape and fleeting. Happiness is more internal, something to live in day to day. In Oprah Winfrey's book, Build the Life You Want, The Art and Science of Getting Happier, she, as well as many scientists, define happiness as purpose, satisfaction, and enjoyment. I won't go through the whole book, but I do recommend it. Purpose gives us direction, a goal to strive for, a peak to climb, something to aspire to. Satisfaction is that feeling you get when you aspire for something meaningful and succeed. It is the acknowledgement, the contentment that a purpose has been fulfilled. Enjoyment is the sense of joy we get when doing something that aligns our values with our actions. It is the song we sing to ourselves when we are plugged into life and having fun. Mahatma Gandhi said that happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony. All of these together, purpose, satisfaction, and enjoyment, create happiness. So, I think we would all like to be happy or happier in our lives. But how do we achieve that? There are solutions. Other studies have shown that family, work, faith, and friendship are the pillars to build happiness. Israel is the 5th happiest country in the study, mainly because they have a deep connection to what I just mentioned: family, work, faith, and friendship. I'll briefly discuss each one. First is family. A friend of mine once said that some of their relatives bring joy by coming to their house and some by leaving. I can tell you from my many years working in medicine, most of the time family comes together in times of need to support each other. That support is so much better when there are good relations between the family members. So my one small piece of advice is to foster good relations with your family. It will be good for you in the long run, even if sometimes it is a little painful in the short run. While each family is unique, and I can't give you much advice there, what I can help you with is work, faith, and friendship. Each of those can be found here at Adath Israel. It requires getting out of your comfort zone, putting forth some work. When I was working full-time as an emergency physician, I had other work that gave me perspective and meaning, such as working on the Adath Catering Committee or volunteering as a Shalom Squad greeter at Adath. If you feel stuck in a rut at work, putting forth efforts at a committee or project here at your congregation can bring needed perspective and purpose. Will the time commitment be difficult? Maybe, but the payoff and the resulting happiness will be worth it. One of my more recent Adath volunteer activities is making reminder calls to people with upcoming yurt sites. When I began doing this, I was unsure, uncomfortable, and although I had committed to it, I found it difficult to make the calls. But after doing it for several years, I am now seeing the personal rewards of having a purpose. I get thanked by people for calling them and helping others do a mitzvah. Doing this adds to my happiness, even though it takes up some of my time. Having a purpose has been shown to add 7 extra years of life to your longevity. There are so many opportunities here at Adath that could give you the same rewards. Be the smiling face that greets people as a Shalom Squad greeter on Shabbat morning. Join the membership committee to welcome new members, or the building committee that helps maintain our building, or the religious services committee helping to shape our spiritual growth. There are many opportunities to become involved, such as helping with Purim Palooza or Tikkun Olam, repairing the world, with the Green Team or Social Action or Advocacy Committee. You just met the members of the board. Each of them is creating purpose in their lives by being involved. Service to others has been shown to give someone a greater sense of purpose. Taking the time to work, whether it is serving on a committee, on the board, or volunteering your time on a project, helps others. But the rewards come back to you just as strong, if not stronger. The older I get, the more I realize that the greatest commodity we have is time. Time is very precious and should be given to things that are worthwhile. What is more worthwhile than your happiness? One last opportunity to get involved in participating in is town halls and other activities to help choose our new rabbi. Rabbi Smolkin has made such an impression on many lives that it will be difficult to say goodbye in June. I have confidence that with your participation in town halls and other activities, we will create a clear vision of who can follow Rabbi Smolkin, helping to create a vibrant, engaging, and flourishing Adath Israel congregation. Our congregation is full of faith, as demonstrated by how many of you are here tonight. But this could be just the beginning for you, personally. Studies have shown that having religion in your life lowers depression and improves other health disorders, that people who attend services at least once a week live 7 years longer, and that having religious beliefs correlates to having purpose in life, one of the building blocks of happiness. I started attending Monday morning minyan, not online, but actually in person, actually being in the room where it happens. It was out of my comfort zone, but over time, I have found the camaraderie of interacting with others, the other attendees, a welcome social interaction that I was missing since retiring. I am making friends, which I have found hard to do in adult life. I also find that taking the time to pray, whether with words or just meditating during the service, really centers me to begin the week. You could try it too. We have lots of religious activities going on. This taps into one of the other pillars of happiness, enjoyment. Seeing friends, participating in a shared experience is enjoyable. Over time, it builds happiness. One great opportunity to begin this journey is once a month or so, we are having a special in-person Friday night program called Kabbalat Shabbat Hineni. Come meet some people you may not know and experience some faith and friendship. Another is our upcoming spring event, the 175th Adath birthday party. We hope to see you there. Lastly is friendship. On Shabbat morning, my wife, Debbie, and I are frequently the last people to leave after Kiddush. Just by being present on a regular basis, I have developed relationships with lots of people I never would have anticipated. It is estimated that in modern society, we each only have 16 friends, and many of those are transactional, business-type acquaintances. By attending at Adath over the years, I have created personal friendships that are now over 20 years old. These are the people I lean on when times are tough and who lean on me when they need support. Being there for others makes me happy, and when I need it, My friends being there for me makes me happier also. And who needs support more than those who have lost loved ones? While Mourner's Cottage brings some solace, Adath has a bereavement support group that meets once a month called Circle of Friends. They support each other like family. Perhaps we can't choose our family, but some friendships that you find here at Adath Israel can rise to the level of family. Brotherhood and sisterhood are also great avenues to foster intergenerational friendships and to work on a committee. Give it a try. At first, it'll feel awkward, but that is how it feels to be out of your comfort zone. Many studies have shown that it is not good for us humans to be alone. The Talmud says that whoever saves a single life is considered by Scripture to have saved the world. Anne Frank said, "Whoever is happy will make others happy too." I contend that by giving someone friendship and helping them become happy, it will make you happy, and that eventually will make the whole world a happier place. None of this happens overnight. It requires time, repetition, and commitment. But by attending to family, work, faith, and friendship, you can create happiness. In this world where we feel so disconnected, Adath offers a place to connect. The opportunity is here for you. Now comes the ask. It takes money to create these opportunities for connections. Half of our operating budget comes from our annual dues. At this point, I want to say thank you to all of you for paying your dues, and in particular, I want to recognize our pillar, supporting pillar, Shomrim, and Bonim donors who give above the standard dues to help support Adath. Unfortunately, over the years, inflation has increased our operating costs. If we look back 15 years, things cost, on average, a great deal more, and our dues over that same time period have not gone up a great deal. Costs are up 47%. Dues are up 14%. Chris Hannon, our COO, has been very good about stretching every dollar and applying for many grants, which has allowed us not to raise dues for 5 years. However, that can only go so far. A group of dedicated congregants are meeting to make final recommendations to the board that we will be communicated to everyone around the secular New Year. In the spring, we will be modifying our membership levels and raising dues. But that is next year. Let's continue talking about the funding for this year. Our next largest source of funding is from the Jewish Foundation. We are very fortunate that the Foundation has supported us and continues to support us with a very large grant every year. We are in the second year of a 3-year, very generous, tremendous grant that allows us to provide programming to be a thriving and vibrant congregation. Thank you to the Jewish Federation for supporting us and many other Jewish institutions in Cincinnati. Our next largest source of donations for the year is this high holiday appeal. I am asking you tonight to donate so that we can have the programs I mentioned and many more that I did not mention that can support you and others in achieving happiness. Adath is a community designed to support you. I really want you to participate in the community and receive the support that is here. This has the potential to improve your happiness and longevity. Beginning on Rosh Hashanah and concluding on this Yom Kippur, we are praying to be inscribed in the Book of Life. Another trip around the sun sounds good, but I would argue that life is more than just longevity. A full life is one filled with purpose, satisfaction, enjoyment, family, work, faith, and friends. With your financial help, regardless of how small, we can continue to provide the building blocks of happiness for those interested in stepping out of their comfort zone and seizing the day. I hope that you will be both a part donor and a participant in a truly meaningful and happy life. Members of the executive committee will circulate and collect the donation cards that you were given when you arrived. You will notice on these cards a tab that says +18. Last year, we raised about an extra $1,600 from this small extra donation. Please consider adding this additional $18 to your pledge, and it would be very much appreciated if you could increase your pledge compared to last year's. For those online, there is a button on your screen to the High Holiday Pledge form to enter your information so we can contact you after the holiday. Lastly, for those who are watching this as a recording, please go to adath-israel.org, and under Giving is a choice for the High Holiday Appeal. Shana Tova and Gamar Hatima Tova. I hope you are all sealed in the book of life and the book of happiness. Thank you for your attention this evening. Shabbat Shalom.